Hey, it's Nitya with Karma Chameleon. So this is a big announcement that after almost 25 years, I have gone back to dividing my two companies, Karma Chameleon LLC and Nitya Living, into two. I am currently working on selling my Nitya Living business, which is focused on mindfulness and yoga and moving into a different direction. And with my new direction, I'm bringing back my original business that I founded in January 1999, Karma Chameleon. And this is focused on all things Feng Shui, Bazi Chinese Astrology, and some other interesting things. So, leaving the interesting things out there, because I never know what I might be creating or doing. And I welcome you to this channel. Please subscribe and follow. We keep it real here. I talk to you as if we are having a cup of coffee over a table at a cafe. I like to keep it very relaxed and informal and very personal and intimate. And that being said, this has created this beautiful circle around the world of people following this channel and enjoying my readings on celebrities, and also looking at the feng shui of our month, of our year, and how we move and flow with energy, which is what so much of our lives are, is Taoism. And Taoism is the root of feng shui. It is how we flow with energy. Yeah. So when we come up against obstacles, we don't push. How does nature respond? It builds up its energy by resting and waiting, and then it flows. And so, my friends, we are at April, starting April 5th with the full moon. We are in the month of the dragon. Now, I will say, before I even launch into giving you some of the tidbits from the blog I just posted on the new Karma Chameleon website, and I'll put the web address in the description. So this year started really strange to me because of the way it's lined up. That we started in, these are some of my favorite earrings, by the way, just had to share, that when we started this year, we slid backwards. We started the year in February with a tiger month after just finishing a tiger year. So for many of us, this might have felt like a slide backwards into some of the aspects of 2022. And you might want to sit and really reflect on that. And then look at this month we're finishing of March, giving us a deep dive into all things rabbit in a rabbit year. So in a lot of ways, this past 4 weeks has felt like a really intense Cliff Notes version, a preview of all that's to come for the rest of the year for you, for us, for the collective. Look at the world, what's been going on. What is the rabbit? What's the rabbit all about after all? So there are lots of blogs on the Karma Chameleon website. There's also plenty of video content on this channel to deep dive through and learn all about the year of the rabbit. Suffice it to say, I know a lot of rabbits. My ex-husband is a rabbit, actually born on the rabbit day. And my boyfriend is born in the year of the rabbit. I'm all around these rabbity people. And rabbits can be moody. They can be a little bit aloof and in their own head space. Rabbits are great negotiators, collaborators, networkers. They like to find ways to bring harmony in the world, but they really are very much off in their own world. They're off nibbling clover in the springtime of their lives, right? So one of the things that I've predicted is that the Ukraine-Russian war would come to a close this year. We haven't seen that yet. We'll see what happens. But it is a time that is a battle cry for setting ourselves up for what is coming in 2024. That's everything. We are very quickly pivoting into a new world order. And you're seeing it around the world, in France, other places, people crying out for justice. And so yeah, it's really important to take note. And this is one of the reasons I love journaling. I want to document not only what's happening in my life, but in the world. And sit with it. Sit with it. Be really careful the news that you prescribe to. Get multiple perspectives. There's lots of truths out there if you want to consider them truths. But deep dive and look around, really explore what is the news and where do you source it. So I will be spending some time this year for sure researching and blogging and getting information together for you about 2024 because it is going to be a monumental year. So rewind, April 2023. So now that we have had our review of 2022, had our big taste of 2023 in March, we come to April. And April is the dragon. It's wet earth. It's like a garden after a spring rain or a spring storm. And one of the things that I also love about the rabbit year is it's spring, primavera. It is springtime. It is a call to ask yourself what is it that you are planting seeds of? I mean, that's very much what I'm doing this year with Selling Knit Ya Living, with launching a new website. I am planting seeds for everything I can imagine being. I'd love to have 1 million followers in a year. And I can't do that by myself. But what I do is I plant the seeds with my mind and my intention and the work that I do. So it is a really beautiful time of spring, a spring in our lives, a spring in our world. So the dragon is mystical and magical. The dragon is the leader. Very independent, very much in charge. But the thing that we have to recognize is that unfortunately the rabbit and the dragon are in a harm together. And what this means, if we jump down here, so the rabbit weakens the dragon's earth because the rabbit is wood. And the dragon and the rabbit together make a semi-wood trio. Now, if you have a tiger involved, it's a full wood trio. So any day in April in which it's a tiger day could create that situation, okay? So this is especially impactful for people born on the day and the year of the rabbit. So we also want to look at where in the world this is being most impacted, this harm, because what is likely is that this harm between the dragon and the rabbit suggests a sudden interruption or upset of some kind. Where in the world does the dragon sit in our global map? The countries of Western Russia, Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, that whole quadrant up there, okay? And it's really a month of, I would say, overall caution for our collective. The Like, for instance, if you've noticed, the banking industry in the United States has certainly been disrupted. And where is that going, right? Yeah. And recognizing how this impacts your own astrology. My clients that have had their Bazi Astrology written by me can get an annual review that gives you a detailed look at your year ahead and a month by month to really guide you along. So you've got to first start with your Bazi Astrology reading. It's not expensive. I've made these affordable, and you even get a 30-minute Q&A with me on Zoom or FaceTime. So check that out. That could be something that you really want to invest in, because once you're a client of mine, you're always a client of mine. I have people that email me all the time questions, and I never forget a house. So this is a great time to set up a Feng Shui consultation, and we can do that on Zoom. We can also do that in person if you're in the Virginia, Maryland, DC area. So let's go through really quickly the flying stars for April. Things really have started to shift, and there are some really great areas of our homes and offices that we want to highlight as we go into the weeks ahead. And again, this starts April 5th. I am filming this March 31st. What day is it? Today's the 31st. All right, so the center of every home, office, and building has the beautiful 4-star of love, of creativity, of education in the center. And in March, we had the 7-star, which really could have thrown a wrench in your relationships. I know that I had asked everyone to remove the pictures from their altar if they had created a love altar in the center to protect relationships. This could have led to divorce, breakups, injury, abuse. List goes on. Not a good thing. But that was March. April brings us the 6-star of wealth and success. The only issue is that the earth of the center nourishes the 6-star, which is a metal star. And the 4-star, as beautiful as it is lost here because it's a wood star. And to mitigate, I've been telling you to put red in the center, but the red conflicts with the metal of the 6-star. So we're going to just try and focus on our innate call for this year, and hope that everything is in flow ultimately. So bring back your photos, build your love altar. Love altars are where I put like a pair of birds, pictures of you and your loved one, favorite mementos from your time together. You can do a pair of crystal hearts. Yeah. And again, you can also do 4 stalks of lucky bamboo. If love and romance aren't your thing and that's not your focus right now, you can focus on creativity and have a red jar filled with brushes, pens, and things that are conducive to creation. You know, if you're a musician, maybe some sheet music. If you are an artist, maybe a sample of your artwork. If you're a student, maybe something that's specific to what you're studying, okay? Remember, friends, that when we're talking about Feng Shui and the placement of cures, and not only cures, but the placement and use of color, fabrics, and material. Material being, are we talking about metal, right? Or are we talking about wood? Okay? You know, are we talking about something that is earth, or, you know, like earth as in a crystal? Don't you love how I just have these things on my desk? Something that's earth. or something that's fire. Sorry, I don't have a lighter on me. But fire is the color red, right? So we like to have a little red. Color red. There we go. All right, so the center is great. And we've got this added feeling that your creative pursuits, your educational pursuits, your romantic pursuits are going to be more successful in April. Hot diggity for that. The 9-star of future wealth and abundance sits in the north. Now, the 9-star is fire, and the north is water. So that's a conflict. And what I've been saying for this year is to mitigate that with lots of lush green. The 2-star is visiting for April. The 2-star is earth, which is again in conflict. With the north being watery, I feel like this is really weakened and not such a huge thing, except if it's an entrance or a bedroom. What you want to look out for is things getting sickly, somebody's welfare is at risk, and that it could somehow sully future plans, that it could interrupt aspects of your career. It's a really poopy place to have a bedroom, an office, or an entrance, or any other important room. And I would just be very cognizant of your health here. And not just your health, specifically the health of your career, the health of all aspects of your life. And if you start to see things going haywire, go to the north and check out what's going on there. If it's an area that's used a lot, try not to use it. It's my front door. So I'm going to be using the back door. And this is how I fly, literally with the stars every month. I shift things around. So if you go to the blog on Karma Chameleon, you're going to see best colors, colors to avoid, and the cures that are listed there. Alrighty, so I'm going to jump down to the Northeast, which has the 7-star for this year, visited by the 9-star. Now, when you put 7 and 9 together, it generally is like a gun going off, an explosion, a car accident, metal and fire. Yeah. If this is a kitchen, really great to put cookie sheets on the burners when you're not using it. You want to block that fire. Don't want it. This is like seeing arguments that get really violent. Issues with lawsuits, bankruptcy, all matter of misfortune. And this is just a really tricky area. The best cure is a black dish with rice and a single Chinese coin with a bloodstone on top to absorb negativity and protect your finances. You can also put a blue rhino or elephant statue. So again, depressing the Northeast and focusing on metal, all shades of blue and white. Keep this whole area tranquil. Neutralizing the 2-star in the East, which is one of the worst areas of 2023. Oh my gosh, what a hot mess this room is. It has the Grand Duke. It's the direction of the rabbit. So the Grand Duke is sitting here. It's a room to keep dark, quiet, undisturbed, and vacant. I'm not kidding when I tell you my boyfriend and I moved his bedroom to the family room for 2023 to put him in the southwest west, which is far more positive because he's a rabbit-born person, born in the year of the rabbit. And so to protect his health and his welfare, his front door also happens to be in the northwest, which is the other most afflicted. And that's the thing. When you have both your bedroom and your front main entrance with the worst energy of the year, you've got to make some major adjustments. That can be as extreme as moving a bedroom into a living space. Yeah. Ooh, so the Grand Duke, we are going to put a gold Tai Shui plaque and a pair of Piao beasties facing into the afflicted direction, 82.5 to 97.5 on your compass. Important that those guys are facing the right direction. Do not face the east. Don't have your head pointing towards the east as you lie in bed. Don't start driving from your home pointed to the east. Look at where your chairs sit. I am facing west. My back is to the east, exactly as it should be. If it were a different arrangement, I'd have to flip my room around. I am happy to do that. Believe me, I do not want to mess with negative energy. Who does, right? Who wants to invite disaster? And again, you can go to the blog on Karma Chameleon to get the full lowdown, hoedown on colors and whatnot. But I would say in general, the 2-star being an earth star in a woody direction of the east is already weakened. So what we want to do is just focus on the element wood. Focus on green and flowers and plants. And, this is inside and outside your home. Okay. And also to protect if this is a bedroom, salt water cure and a very special kind of woo-loo called a healing herbs woo-loo. So then we come to the southeast. We want to depress this. The 3-star, which is a wood star, is in the southeast, which is a wood direction, with the very wicked 5-star. And the 5-star that's visiting in April is an earth star, but it still can wreak havoc. And the 5-star mixed with the 3-star could turn arguments violent. The 3-star really brings in a lot of disharmony and irritation, arguments, just not getting along. And so it's really important to appease that. Now, normally you would drain the 3-star with red, but we don't want any fire. Fire aggravates the 5-star. It's going to activate it. So no fire in the southeast for April. Instead, focus on the innate colors of wood, green, flowers, grasses, plants. Activate the south. Finally, we get to a happy direction. The south is visited by the 1-star. Now, even though the 1-star is a water star, visiting a fiery south, the 8 and the 1 together make for abundance, abundance, abundance. So awesome. So we're focused on earth and fire in this direction right now. And, to just give a little acupuncture push for the 1-star, I suggest putting a 1 single gold ingot on display someplace in that room. And kind of nestle it up with one of your other cures, like whether you have 8 silk red flowers on display, whether you have 8 red crystal balls, maybe you have a phoenix statue. Just put that little single gold ingot with it and always remember to place your things with intention. So when you are placing cures, fabrics, colors, all of these things, do so with intention, recognizing that you are igniting flow. You are honoring the element that is related to the direction that room sits in. And, open concept is a hot mess. It turns your living space into just a giant soup of energy that is very hard to contain, very hard to control. It's almost, I just thought of this, it's as if you took all the bones out of your body and you just became one big flowing thing. There's nothing holding anything together, right? Just the outside form. We need rooms. We need to have an arm that's separate from a leg, that's separate from the head, that's separate from the neck, yeah? We'll get there. I guarantee walls will be going back up in the coming years. All right, so the South is awesome. Great place for money. Money, 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 money. The 1 star in the Southwest is visited by the 3 star. Now the 1 star, being a water star in the earthy Southwest, is in conflict. So we're adding metal, which is the mitigator. The 3 star is visiting, which is a wood star, which again is so in conflict that it's so weakened already that I don't even worry about it. So I'm saying activate. I think this is still a viable room to enjoy wealth for, and so there's some really nice cures. I would say, again, focus on metal, like a round metal bowl, other metal objects, a gold ingot on something blue for wealth. If this is an office, place a red Ru Yi sword to strengthen your career. I always keep, in case you're wondering, a brass dragon on my upper left side for success and longevity in my work. And that's a trick to use when you go to a meeting, is put your purse or briefcase on the table on your left-hand side with a brass dragon inside, knowing it is giving you greater power and influence. Alrighty, coming around to the West, the 6 star is blessed with the 8 star. This is big time money. And all the stars are flowing because the 6 star is metal, the Western direction's metal, the 8 star is earth. This is just a singing bank account filled with money. And you could put a gold happy hoodie here, sitting on a gold ingot, or 6 gold ingots in a metal round dish. There is the Shui Po and the 3 killings here, because I'm sitting opposite to the Grand Duke, the East, which is the rabbit behind me, the rooster in front. So you remember the rooster is the most embattled of all the animals this year. So the Shui Po and 3 killings both being in the West is a whole lot to handle. And I would say keep this area quiet and calm, harmonious, and face into the Western direction 232.5 to 307.5 on your compass, west, a silver elephant. You can also do a brass pagoda. You can also do a 3 celestial mirror that ensures you get the optimal benefit from this good energy. I've got mine up there. It's really a beautiful cure. All right, so last one is the 5 star in the West. I was talking about this earlier. Terrible place for a front door. You would want to put a pair of gold food dogs on either side, a bagua mirror deflecting the energy. Keep this room quiet, dark, undisturbed, no loud renovations. The 5 star, it's like a grenade with a loose pin. Anything and everything can go wrong. Bankruptcies, lawsuits, divorce, financial ruin. If this is a bedroom that you can't change, saltwater cure and Wooloo on the bedside, just be really careful here. You definitely want to weaken this with metal. Everything you can metal. A chiming clock is great here. Yeah. So lots to say in this video, a lot of information. Hope you stuck with it to the end. And thank you all so much. Be well.